Hello.
Hello, bastard. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 28.
We're
Oh,
getting
yeah, I'm sort of going to start slowing down and not saying the names anymore, the numbers anymore, because I'm slowly forgetting of the podcast. Today is a little bit different. We're going to be talking about, as there's no Reading game, the England game was just on, but we will be doing a review of that and the Denmark game, I think. On the episode on Wednesday for you guys. We're going to do a little bit of a Premier League chat as well. NFL, Formula One, as Formula One was quite good this weekend. But I'm going to let Ryan go and watch the highlights or watch things whenever he gets a.
I've been out all day.
Yeah, so he's out. So that's the reason why we're going to be doing the weekend review on a Wednesday. So we both have enough time if we're both out to be able to go and watch the highlight packages or just go and have a general catch up. And we're definitely going to be talking about women's football this Wednesday because I want to moan. Not about women football in general, but about a scoreline I saw today that got me quite annoyed.
Is that the Reading one?
Yeah. But anyway, so so we're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about the England game because there are fans out there that need to really sort themselves out. The fucking dickheads that say that. If you're a Southgate out person, please don't. I was going to say I respect your opinion, but I actually don't. You've got to go through I'm going to go more into that on Wednesday because I know I've got off on the rant in a minute about that. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to punch you. So what we're going to be doing today is going to have a little discussion about some of the updates that has been going around on Twitter, on Instagram and somewhere. A little bit about some of the updates that's been talked about, maybe that could be coming to Reading or happening about Reading. And then I want to do a little discussion about, we're going to go a little bit more detail into the Wednesday podcast. I think once more of the detail comes out about the Premier League proposal that come out today. We're going to have a little chat about it and see how we both feel. Just a little discussion. We're not going to go into it. And to finish off today, because there's no internet, because there's no football, we're going to have a bit of a fun, a bit of a laugh at the end. And so at the end, Ryan is going to be up against no one really. He's going to be doing a pub quiz that I have got the questions for and done for today. So
I'm calling it myself now. He said 20 questions.
Yeah.
I'm really tired. I have had no sleep last night. I was up early this morning. I think I'm going to get 6 out of 20.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, we'll see how we go and where we go from there. But a little update to the podcast. So we're going to do a little bit update at the beginning of each of them so you guys know because we're doing something new now. We will be releasing 3 updates a week. Releasing 3 updates? We'll be releasing 3 podcasts a week where we will be talking about... on a Monday, we will be going to a review of the Reading game. And we will be doing a little chat about some of the news and a little bit about the game. On a Wednesday, we will be doing a general review of the weekend. So where we will be talking about all things Premier League. We will talk about the NFL as it's on now. Got quite a good game going on at the moment. About the NFL, we will talk about Formula One. We will talk about boxing, any big major events like Conor McGregor fighting Manny Pacquiao in Saudi Arabia. Apparently,
has that been confirmed?
Not yet, but I think they're in talks. Also,
Really
Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. It's not confirmed, but there are talks between them to do that fight. But you would have thought if Floyd Mayweather was going to fight anyone, he'd fight KSI, as KSI has actually beaten Logan Paul twice. So anyway, enough of the YouTube boxing malarkey. Let's get into it. Don't forget to go and follow us. Please go subscribe to our channel. Please do the little bell that's on there when you subscribe, and that notifies you as soon as we upload a video. If you're following us on Soundcloud, please go and follow us because it will notify you once one of our podcasts go live. Don't forget, we are nearly hitting 100 followers on majority of all of our platforms on Twitter. We are definitely on. Please go and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Tumblr. Am I anything else? Oh no. All of it is down below. Discord, yes. Down below in the comments, in the description area of the YouTube video and the SoundCloud, there are links to all of our profiles down below. So please go and check that out. So when we get started and before we get going, I know you've had a very busy weekend. How have you been? You been all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
It's been nice to have like time to myself, just like work all week. So I don't know if like you probably know, other people might, but I've been moved to Coventry for the next 13 weeks. So I'm going to be up there till Christmas pretty much. And that's part of the reason that we're changing the whole formula of the podcast. Just because I work 4 days a week and Monday to Friday, so I'll have one random day off in a week, but you can't guarantee. Also being in Coventry, when I get home, I'll be tired. By the time I've had my dinner, we're running out of time in the evening. So now what we're going to do, we're doing this on a Sunday night, and we're going to do it every Sunday night. And then we're going to do a Wednesday night, I think we said in the end.
Tuesday.
We said Thursday.
Thursday for the Friday podcast, and we're doing Tuesday night for the Wednesday one.
Yes.
We're only keeping it a Thursday at the moment until you go back to football, and then we'll probably have to record it on the Wednesday.
Once we start training again, we'll do a Wednesday for the Friday.
Yeah.
And then just
see how nice I am. I build this podcast around you.
And it's just been long days, and I'm not getting home till 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, and then obviously with your children as well, you don't want to be up till 9, 10 o'clock doing a bloody podcast.
They don't bother me. They're in bed now anyway.
How about you?
I'm all right. I don't feel well. I think I'm becoming the procedures of getting a man flu. And when I get flu, I'm an arse. I'm horrible. I'm just a miserable shit.
Are you ill 365 days a year?
No, I'm just fat 365 days a year. I'm not ill all the time. I do get quite a lot of colds. Just because I don't really know. I just do. There's always something wrong with me anyway. But yesterday for you guys Saturday was World Mental Health Day, and we are following a World Mental Health organization that posts about mental health every single day on Instagram. And what we will be doing as a podcast is every day we will be putting something on our Instagram stories about mental health. So please go and check that out. If it helps one person, that's all that matters. But we are here for everyone as well. So please don't ever forget that we are always here for you. Me and Ryan on Twitter are always up to have a laugh with fans, have a debate, put our opinions across as well. Don't ever take anything that we do seriously. We always up for having a bit of a laugh and a joke on other people's expense. But we will do it, and we will make sure that make sure the purse is okay as well. So let's get into Reading. It was said that on the week, yesterday I think it was, that Reading have been offered. They haven't officially spoke to the team. They haven't put any offer in. They're not saying that they're going to sign these players. I just want to put that out there, that we are not gonna put in that there. It's not as in we're 100% going for them. It's one of those where we've been offered the players, we're looking at them, and we're going to debate on whether to do it. So it was a thread that was sent out by Eddie. Well done, Eddie, for doing your top work. So this is a tweet that he's posted, and Ryan, I don't know whether you've seen this or not. I want to get your opinion on this. So it says, I understand that Damari Gray has been offered to championship clubs, including Reading. This doesn't mean the Royals will sign him. Still looking to bring in a winger. Also, another name that's circulating around Reading as well is Anthony Gordon. He is a name circulating around and could be one of the players going forward. But what he said is, as I mentioned before, Reading have a list. They've got a list of potential wingers that they want, but they're looking at it. But so potential wingers, the loan from the Premier League is brought together by Pavanic and the scouting team department. So Pavanic has done looking before. before he comes to the club as a senior wingers, and the scouting team have gone there. They are predominantly under 23 players. I think that goes with the theme of what we're doing so far. Another name that
also with the window being open, so Premier League clubs can't do business with other Premier League clubs. So that will also, it could help us, it could hinder us.
It's one of those where it could be a good
before we go on.
It's one of those. Go on.
I was going to say, before we go on, I'm going to say about one of them links now.
Hold on. Let me go through all the links and we'll discuss them one by one once I've done
I was just going to say Demarai Gray as a solo. I don't think we'll get him because I think he will go to Brentford to be the replacement for Saeed Benrahma.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But at the same time, Reading is a bigger club. So he's looking for a predominantly under 23 list. And another name on the list is the one that we've talked about on this podcast that we want is Emil Smith-Rowe. Reading face competition from, I think that's, I just want to check that that's, who the fuck is that?
Derby and Huddersfield, I believe.
It is Huddersfield, yeah. Derby and Huddersfield, as well as others, but we are reliant on Kia to bring in our prime targets as we can pay their wages, but we must fight competition. The reason why we're asking Kia, just so people know at home, if you don't know, is Kia also has massive connections with Arsenal. So he's helping a lot of the... He's
also with Emi Martinez.
Yeah, he's the main agent for 90% of the Arsenal team. And he's also helping our club to bring the players in. He also it's important to note that Premier League clubs can no longer deal with each other. So any out of favour players can be an option, but ideally they would be young, hungry players to make a name for himself. A lot of names are bound to come up. And the reason why Demarai Gray is on the list is because of what he said. It's interesting to think about Demarai Gray. I never really thought about him before. Until the name actually popped up, because he's one of those players I always thought, he'll fight his way into the Leicester team, because he's one of those players that you always look at and go, yeah, he's a good player. So for me, his youth career was at Cadbury Athletic, and then moved to youth, and then he moved to Birmingham. He played 72 times in 3 years for Birmingham. 72 times at 8 goals, and he moved to Leicester in 2016, where he played 132 times and he's got 10 goals. He has also played 3 times for the under 18s, 4 times for the under 19s, 5 times for the under 20s, and he's also played 26 times for the England under 21 level, and he's also been called up to the international team, if I'm right, but never played for them. I think he got called up once, didn't he?
I don't think he's been...
There you go. On the 9th of September 2018, Gray was called up for the full England squad against Switzerland. He was in the squad, but he never played. But he has been called up to the full England squad, which is quite cool to have as well. So we're going to go by one-on-one, each individual player, just to have a little chat about them and what we think they can maybe offer the club. So firstly, Demarai Gray. If he does, but I know we said looks like he probably would go to Brentford, because he would definitely get into the starting lineup there, where I don't think he would get straight in at the moment with us.
I don't think anyone would, to be honest.
No, but I think
the reason we want a winger is because it offers something different.
Yeah. If you look at we haven't got an out and out winger. I wouldn't say that we have at the club. Like, Mate's not an out-and-out winger. I class him as a striker that's been put on a wing to help us with his strength. Because if you think of fullbacks, you think of them small, quick, not very strong individuals. And with a player like Mate on the wing, I wouldn't class him as an out-and-out winger, even though he does play there. But if you look at Elise, more as a cam, inside the area, I would class Swift as a cam centre mid CDM. I would class Ejaria as a cam / centre midfielder as well. If you look on the bench as well, we haven't got any. Aluko is a cam. He's not a winger, but he can play there if he has to. Talking of Aluko, just quickly off the subject, I saw his goal when he was playing for Rangers against Celtic. And boy, God, was he strong. The way that he bodied some of them players off. We're definitely going to be talking about the Old Firm coming up Friday as well, the Old Firm derby, because I'm fucking excited for that one. So Damari Gray, if he come in, would you say he would get straight into the team? Do you think he would do a job?
No, he'd be on the bench. I don't think he would get into the first team because of how we're playing. Like I said, I don't think there's anyone because we're playing well. The system's working. I think if someone does come in, it will be for seeing out the game for the time being, or if we're behind, to go on and change the game.
Do you think we would bring players in as well, just to like you said, change the game, but at the same time maybe a rotation, because we're going to start after this international break, start playing three times a week, basically?
Yeah, not necessarily. I think we will bring players in because, okay, we don't have the biggest squad, but I think I don't think we're going to panic buy or panic.
No, yeah.
There will be 4, and if there isn't a suitable option, we won't sign anyone. And Reading fans really need to understand that properly. It's not that we haven't gone out and signed someone. It's because there isn't someone who's suitable available.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And one of the things that I think would be clever from the Premier League club, I think, more than it would be for a Championship club, so shove him on a 6-month loan till January. Because then when the January transfer comes up, not only will, with an exercised option by the club to make that 6 months to a year, is as soon as that, if the player's doing very, very well in the time that he's with us, then as soon as the January transfer window's up, the teams at the bottom of the Premier League will go, oh, fuck, we need him.
Yeah, look at Harvey Barnes a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, when he went on loan to West Brom. Yeah. I completely agree with you on that. Right, the next one. I completely agree. I think Damari Gray, I think out of the 3, if I had my personal preference, me personally, would be the last one that we're going to be talking about. But ability-wise, that's been around and done it, would be Damari Gray for me.
Yeah.
Would be absolutely. But for me, would be the last one, because I think he would slot in to this team so well. Next one we were linked with is Anthony Gordon. Or Anthony Gordon, I don't know which.
From Everton, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's 19 years old. He's always been through the Everton youth. He's never gone out on loan. He's played for Everton 11 times. And the national team, he's played for the England under 18s 10 times. And he's played for the England under 19s 7 times. So, yeah, yeah.
The only thing, I'm not 100% sure, so please don't quote me on this, but is there not a rule? Because I would understand that would be a loan. But is there not a rule that prevents us from having 2 players on loan from the same club?
I think that's Premier League. I know it is the Premier League.
Premier League, but I'm not sure about how far that goes down.
Keep talking while I Google.
Okay. So if that was the case, I don't think that would be possible. Having him on loan when it's obviously already have Lewis Gibson on loan from Everton. I'm not actually sure who the 3rd person in this list is. I've not really been keeping an eye out.
Emile Smith-Rowe.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah, he would also be my first choice.
Okay, so how many players can a club sign on loan from another club? Clubs in the Championship can sign no more than 4 players on loan from another club over the course of the season. Of these, no more than 2 of these players can be... Oh, fuck me. Okay, that's not the way I wanted it. Carry on. Over the age of 23. Didn't know that.
Yeah, so... Because I remember there's also... I think we're only allowed 5 players on loan in the matchday squad.
Mm-hmm.
And who is there in the squad at the moment? Obviously Gibson,
Mm-hmm.
Estaves,
Semedo.
and Semedo. Is that the only three?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think there will be a problem in the sense of that, because I do think whoever we do get, it will be a loan. There might be an option or obligation. However, I wouldn't be surprised, having said what I just said about...
Okay, I read it wrong. Clubs can sign a maximum of 4 players from one club, but that only 2 of these can be over the age of 23. So Leeds. So the only reason I say that is Leeds. I'm on the Leeds website, and this was back when they signed Lewis Baker. They said in Leeds' case, they have signed 23-year-old Lewis Baker, 24-year-old Jamal Blackman from Chelsea. So there would be no regulation preventing them from Izzy Brown. So you could sign 4 players, 2 under 23, 2 over 23, and that's it from the same club.
Okay. Yeah. So having said what I said, I wouldn't at all be surprised if we had a look, there wasn't anyone suitable, and then it come to January and we went back in for the Porto winger. Bottas, is it Bottas?
But the Porto, and there's 2. There was a Porto and Benfica one.
Yeah.
That we were going for.
It was the Porto one, though, where they wanted 10 million and we'd only offer 7.5.
They wanted 10 million at the end of it, but they had to guarantee him first-team football when he arrived.
Yeah. So
that was on the deal.
If we didn't sign, I wouldn't be surprised if we went back in down that route, because we're not far away in that valuation.
So it was the 4 players that we were targeting as wingers from Portugal were Mario Embolo, Corchanlio Borgas, and the other 2 were Bruno Tavares and Elvis Blade from Sporting Lisbon. So they were the 4 players that we were going for. If Reading were very clever with this, and I hope they really do think about this, is sign one of these players on a 6-month loan. And then what they can do is in the background during now and January is keep the connection open between Porto, Benfica, and Sporting. As soon as January hits, go, okay, right. You know how we're doing. We're doing really, really well. If we're still on the run I'm not saying we're going to be on the run we're still going on now. But if we're still up there, you could go, right.
Still haven't dropped a point.
Yeah. But if you see us and we're still in the top 6 or top 5 or wherever it is, and you see us that we're going forward, go back to Porto, Benfica, go, look, we can't offer first-team football, but what we can offer you is him to come in on loan now, because we've already had someone, or not on loan, but we will buy him. We will get him on loan at the end of the season. And what we would do is if we don't go up, we will keep him on loan. If we go up, we'll buy him for 10, 5, 6 million, 6 million. And we will give you a 30% sell-on clause, where it will give them incentive to give him to us. But at the same time, we haven't got an obligation to play him. But he's in and around the team.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So Anthony Gordon, I've heard a lot of good things about him. A few people on Twitter rated him very highly, saying with the games that they have seen him play have been very good. He's very quick, very direct, left-footed as well. Thing that because we got Elise that's left-footed, but that's about it, I think. Yeah, maybe something that we lack in is a left-footed winger, which could be quite good. And then the last one, who for me, personal, because I love a good Arsenal youngster. That sounded wrong. I also said on the last podcast with Adam how I love a Portuguese youngster. That sounded wrong as well. So
Robson loves young boys.
Exactly. That's do you know what? I actually quite rate them as a team as well. Anyway, Emil Smith Rowe, 20-year-old. He's from where I grew up. Fair enough. He's been through all of the Arsenal Youth Academy. He's been out on loan at Red Bull Leipzig in 2019, where he played 3 times, and he was on loan last season. Huddersfield, where he played 19 times and got 2 goals, and one of the goals was the goal against West Brom that promoted Leeds. If I'm right, was the goal that promoted Leeds. Why is Mason Mount scoring that? Anyway, national team. He's played for the under-16s, under-17s, 18s, 19s, and 20s. So he is been around with the youth, with the international scene. That's very, very good to see. And he's also been to Leipzig, which I do like. I have a thing at the moment, and I'm gonna admit this, where I like to see English youngsters that are not getting a chance going abroad, and going out on loan. I think the thing that I'm really enjoying most at the moment is seeing English youngsters go to Germany, because if you look at the way Jadon Sancho's done it, you've got Lookman that's gone out there, you've got Rabbi Matundo, I think his name is. That's
John Joe Kenny.
John Joe Kenny was at Schalke. I don't know, is he's gone back there now? I don't know. Is he at Everton?
I think he's at Everton still.
Is he at Everton still? You've got John Joe Kenny. He plays superbly well for Schalke.
Yeah.
Matondo as well. And then we got Sessegnon. Ryan Sessegnon that's now gone to...
Yeah, also not English, but you had Angelino from Man City.
Yeah, he went out to Leipzig. And then also at the same time, you got Ethan Apadu, who went on loan to Leipzig as well and made his name out there as well. So, and you've got Callum Hudson-Odoi that's linked to go to Bayern Munich. You've got some of the youngsters that's linked to go out there as well. For me, if the English players are not getting played in the English league, go abroad. Take an opportunity. Peter Crouch did. He didn't. He went to Norway I think it was Norway or Sweden, where he very first started out. He talks about it all the time. He went out on loan to a different country. You got Gareth Bale that, I know he went to Real Madrid, but he went to a different country. Michael Owen did it. David Beckham's done it. Always go abroad and try different things. It makes you a better all-round player. So my personal opinion, if I had to pick out the three, would be Emil Smith-Rowe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I think he suits the type of style we're playing. Because he's not an out-and-out winger. He's a cam/winger.
That's also what we like. Someone that can fill 3-4 boxes.
And he can, exactly. And we sort of be going, we play. We won't be talking about the Denmark game in the next podcast.
Why?
Because it's Wednesday night.
Oh.
But we will talk. That was the first thing we'll discuss on the Friday. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna see if I don't get copyrighted. But on my iPad here, I've got the NFL on it. It's telling me all about what's coming up. But yeah, so so if you had a choice, would you go with me as well, Emil Smith-Rowe?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Right, we're just gonna have a little conversation, just a little chat, and we're going to more depth. I think if more stuff comes out about the Premier League proposal. So what I've done is I've gone through the newspaper article and what was sort of... Well, I didn't go through the news. I went through Sky Sports. I'm not going to lie to you. And I went through the major points of that. So these are the major points from the proposal the Premier League is saying. And I want to get your opinion because I'll say my opinion.
It's controversial. Yeah,
very much so. So one of the most appealing parts of the EFL clubs may be that they will get 25% of all combined Premier League and EFL revenues going to EFL clubs. And they will get an advance up to 250 million being made available as early to help during the window and during the pandemic. Along with the 250 million upfront payment to the EFL, the FA will also receive a £100 million as a gift to all the clubs as well to help them. So, what does this mean? As well as Premier League clubs reducing its size from 20 down to 18, there would be a change to the promotion relegation exchange with the second tier championship. The bottom two clubs will be automatically relegated from the Premier League and replaced with the top two of the championship. The 16th placed Premier League, this is saying that if it goes down to 18, this is when there'll be 16. The 16th placed Premier League team would have a playoff with the Championship 3rd, 4th and 5th to try and keep them in the Premier League, or they will get relegated. On top of that, this is some of the stuff that they've said, the Premier League is unusual, is the usual curtain raiser Community Shield between the Premier League and FA Cup holders will be scrapped under new proposals, along with the EFL Cup. Other reports claim that rather than abolish the EFL Cup, it would continue without the teams who are playing in the European Championship. So they might keep them around, but the top six will not be in it.
Is that the League Cup or
the Carabao Cup?
The Carabao Cup.
Yeah. what do we do? So leave it to exactly as it is with the smaller clubs on whether or do something about. So this is what the Premier League says. What do we do? Leave it as it exactly is. Allow smaller clubs to wither, or do we do something about it? And you can't do something about it without something changing. And the view of our club is that the Big Six is to get some of the benefits, but the 72 clubs also do as well. We are up for it. One of the guys told of the Premier. So the Premier League had come in and said, in the Premier League view, a number of individual proposals in the plan published today can be damaging the impact on the whole game, and we are disappointed that Rick Parry, the chair of the EFL, has given his on record support.
Mark, 2 seconds, I'm just getting a phone call.
Yeah, no worries. We're just going to pause the recording just now.
Yep.
And we are back. Sorry about that. Just had to have a little thing. It won't be long for you lot because it would have been like, and cut, and hello. So I know how I feel about it, and I'll explain how I feel after. How do you feel about this?
I don't know.
And we'll talk a little bit more about it on Wednesday.
No, I like the idea. And obviously it's basically the same as the Bundesliga.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And it works over there. But I think there is a danger of there really becoming the Premier League is the Premier League, if that makes sense.
So
you'll have sort of yo-yoing with the same 5 or 6 teams going up and coming down. Just because there is obviously, it's well known, there is a massive gap growing between the Premier League and the Championship.
I wouldn't say there is. I wouldn't say that there is a massive gap.
Okay, let me rephrase it. There is distinctively only 3 or 4 teams in the Championship that would be able to go up and hold their own in the Premier League, but they would still struggle.
Yeah and no. Yeah, but there's always one or two teams that always get promoted that always do very well. And they always some of them do stay for a long time. Look at Bournemouth. They shocked everyone by how long.
Brighton. Brighton are currently the only team to be promoted into the Premier League but never relegated out of it.
Yeah, that's a cool stat. Look at them as well. They're another club that I don't think there's a massive gap, because I think if you're promoted, you're not looking to get top half. You're looking at fighting relegation, and not 90% of the time, I wouldn't say all of them, but at least one club stays up, and they do well. I don't think there's a growing gap. I think it's more and more coming down.
Do you remember a few years ago? It's really random now. But do you remember a few years ago? Do you remember the season that the 3 clubs that went up were... It was our playoff final season. The 3 clubs that went up were Brighton, Newcastle and Huddersfield.
Yeah.
But that season, I think, all 3 teams that went up in League One, League Two, Championship and even Conference Premier... all the teams that promoted, every single one of them stayed up.
Mm.
And as well, I think the teams that got relegated into them divisions, none of them went back up.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure about the second part of that, though.
Well, yeah, but so my personal opinion is I think it would be an excellent idea.
I think it's worth trialing it.
I don't think it should be moving it down to 18 teams. I think it should stay at the 20. And I think it could make it more interesting. Because if you look at it, I agree with the top 2 and the bottom 2 get automatically promoted.
Also, sorry, but in that sense, the 2 teams that are getting kicked out of the Premier League, let's say, where do they go? Does it become a 26-team championship then?
It would either have to go to the bottom 4 get relegated from the Premier League, and then there's a playoff where they do a one-off season where there's a shit ton of relegations and promotions just to balance it out for the next season.
Yeah.
I think that's the way that they would have to do it. I don't think you kick them out. I think you have to do one season where there's so much at stake.
Know what I don't mean just kick them out like, oh, well, sorry, but you finished 19th in the Championship. in the Premier League, the only teams that were getting relegated were 18th, 17th, 16th. So there's no longer room for you in the Football League.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that I don't want that. So for me, I agree with what they're proposing.
I vote get rid of Cardiff, Swansea.
I think we should get rid of Cardiff, Swansea and Newport. Might as well bring Rangers and Celtic down with it. Might as well. So my personal opinion on it is I agree to it, to modify it a bit, but I agree to it. I think if they kept to the 20 teams, the 20th and the 19th team automatically get relegated like normal. And I think the way that they do it in the Bundesliga is a little bit different. So I'm going to try and explain it the way they do it in Bundesliga compared to what we're trying to propose. In the Bundesliga, the bottom two automatically get relegated. The third from bottom goes into a final of a playoff. What happened? That final playoff is against in the Bundesliga 3, 1, 2, and under Bundesliga 2. The playoff is normal. So you have the second versus third, sixth, and then third versus sixth, fourth versus fifth. And they will play each other to go into a playoff final. The winner of that playoff final does not get promoted. That playoff final goes up against one-on-one with the team that finished third from bottom. And then they will have a fight off to see who either stays up or goes down. But there's a lot of... Hold on. There's a lot of controversy with this because 90% of the time, the team that finished bottom three, always win. Because the gap is so much bigger than what they're doing. But I think the proposal is correct. I think if they keep it the 20 teams, the 20th and the 19th automatically get relegated. The 18th goes into the playoff. And I agree with the playoff bit because it'll make it more interesting and more harder for the team to stay up. Because not only have they got to do a home and away leg in the playoff to see whether they can go up against a championship team. If they lose... the first round of the playoff, they're down. It's then up to the two teams that play in the final to see who's going to be in the Premier League the next season. I think it makes it more interesting. I think it makes it more current. I think it make it more up to date and more interesting to go forward. But at the same time, and I just saw what Gareth tweeted as well on the tweet that I put out, and I think he's absolutely spot on. Normally Gareth is anyway. But I just want to see what he says. It's interesting on the playoff front, but ultimately, he goes, I prefer the bottom three to go down. Also, the Premier League shouldn't be responsible for other clubs. I do think the EFL make more money out of it, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I do, but he says that he does. I didn't read these properly. He actually had a go at the EFL. Fair enough. But I think if we're going to do it, we've got to market it properly. We've got to gain more revenue in, which not only will help, and I think it'd be interesting as well to have a look at the bottom two championship team going up against a League One team. Because if they lose, then they know who they're going to be up against the next season, and they can.
The thing is, in that situation, you can guarantee every year it will be Rotherham versus Barnsley.
Yeah. It is going to be something like that. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing AFC Wimbledon in a championship team. Anyway, that's personal opinion. I do love a good old boys back in. But yeah, no, we're going to get into more detail on that. I think if more detail comes out during this time to next Wednesday. But Ryan's getting tired and he's got a jumper on. So we're going to do a pub quiz. I haven't got any music to put on because copyright. And I don't want to get banned for copywriting. So,
Mark's pub quiz.
Mark's pub quiz. Right. So.
Copyright?
Nah, I did it myself, so I can't keep copyrighted.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
But I never played the music, so they can't actually copyright me. Because it come from my own lungs. Right. So, you've got to turn your computer off. I want proof that your computer is turned off. Or your telly is off. Okay, you're watching the NFL. Good lad. Actually, you watch the same game as me, I think. No, we've got camera issues. There we go. We're back. So what we're going to do is that I have 20 questions. I'm going to ask them now, and I want to answer straight away. You can say as many answers as you want until you lock in that answer. I will not, and I'm not doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where I take your first answer. I will go, are you sure? And if you go yes, we will go with that answer. All right? Happy? Lovely.
I'm gonna do like FaceTime a fella. Like, it's
Yeah.
friend, but different.
I haven't got a pen or anything to write down the scores. Do I have a pen in here?
Even split.
Hold on. I will give you. Actually, we might turn
Based
this.
on the fella, even split. Mark knows best. And
Do you know what? I'm gonna make it. I'm making the
Twitter
rules.
poll.
Yeah,
That's my lifeline.
No, your lifeline is you can ring one person to ask you. You have to put them on
Based on the
loudspeaker.
fella.
Yeah. So you can ring one person, and the other one is I'll give you 50-50. I'll give you either two choices.
Even split. It's not 50-50.
No, even split then. Right. Quiz. I'm gonna write down your scores. So 50-50. I'm putting that on there so I can tick it off once you've used it. And the other one is phone a friend. And you literally will have 30 seconds on the phone with them to get there. Right. Question number 1. In what year was the first iPhone released?
Gonna guess 2004. And I'm locking it in.
Is that your final answer?
I did say I'm locking it in.
Good lad. No, you're wrong. The answer is 2007.
I was gonna go with 2007,
Well, you didn't.
but I didn't. So
The tallest building in the world is located in which city? And I will also give you an additional point if you can name the building.
Dubai, Burj Khalifa.
Fuck.
I've been there.
Oh, fuck me. How many actors have played the role of James Bond?
I'm gonna guess 5.
Final answer? Is that your lock-in answer?
Yes.
All right. If you're listening to this, he's pretending to slam on his table for it. So, okay.
I'm locking in 5.
Wrong. The answer is 9.
Well, I'm on 2 out of 3 so far, so happy days.
You are. How many children does Queen Elizabeth have? I reckon you know.
I want to say 5 again. I think I'm way out though. I'm going to lock in 5.
Are you sure?
No.
You gonna stick with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Close. You were very, very close. Yeah. You got it wrong then because you locked in your answer. So, how many players are there in the starting lineup of a rugby league team?
League or union?
League.
No, I'm trying to think in my head.
Oh, okay.
One team, yeah?
Yeah. Starting lineup.
I'm going to go with 11 and lock it in. But
Wrong.
I think 15.
13
13.
is rugby league. Right. Question number 6. What does GIF stand for?
I don't actually know.
I've not. I didn't know this until I saw the answer.
I can kind of guess. So GIF, GIF.
Say fucking GIF. Who are you? Yeah.
GIF, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not helping you spell it. That's just cheating.
Generic image file.
No.
And I'll lock it in.
Okay. No, it's not. The actual answer is graphics interchange format.
I was close.
Okay. I hope you know your Simpsons. What is the name of the dog in Simpsons?
Santa's Little Helper.
There we go. See, I've made some of these easy. Well done.
I didn't lock it in though.
That's fine. I give it to you now.
Or was it Snowball?
No, you were right the first time. Question 8. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survive. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Wife?
Oh
Wife.
my god. I don't actually know. Is it Anne Hathaway?
You do know Anne Hathaway's an actress.
No. Right, restart this recording.
Fucking dumbass.
No, I don't know.
I'm gonna blame that on lack of sleep. I'll do it for you.
Anne Boleyn.
Locking it in?
Yeah, because I couldn't name all 7 of their wives, to be honest.
Anne Boleyn is one of them, but it's
I know it's one of them.
The answer
Catherine Aragon.
no, Catherine. Oh shit, man! Is Catherine Parr? Is the name? Question. Question 9. Eye of the Tiger is from what soundtrack of the 80s film?
Rocky.
Which one?
I don't fucking know.
I will give you 2 points if you can. You've got a point, but if you can name me which film it first starred in.
I think I'm going to guess the second one.
Looking it in?
Yeah.
Wrong answer. It's the third. Which American rapper released The College Dropout in 2004?
I don't know.
Just name an American rapper.
Eminem.
Just not him.
I don't listen to American rap.
You know him. Everyone knows him.
Yeah, but UK rap is so much better than American rap. I don't listen to American rap.
Yeah, but you don't need to know him for rap. You will know him.
Yes. So.
All right. No, it's not. Rap is crap. And I'm a rapper. No. The actual answer is Kanye West. Told you I know him. Number 11. How many days does it take the Earth to orbit the Sun?
Do you want exact? Because if you want to be exact, it's actually 365.25. And that's why we have a leap year every 4 years.
Dickhead. Absolute dickhead. What is the capital of Canada?
Is it Quebec?
Nope. Oh, for fuck's sake, you didn't even lock it in. Damn it.
Nah, I'm too tired to think.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's not a big... It's
no,
not a very well-known
I'll know
city
it
in
when
Canada.
I hear it.
I'll
know it when I hear it.
Would you like to use your 50-50 or phone a friend?
Yeah, do 50-50 because I'll know it when I hear it.
Okay. So the 50-50 answer is it's either Toronto or Ottawa.
It's Ottawa.
Is that your final answer? Bastard. Correct. I didn't know this, and I really hope this is true. What is the slang name for New York City?
I don't have a clue.
No, I didn't know this either.
Is it Big Apple?
That's the nickname.
Yeah.
But no, it's a slang name. The slang name
Not a clue.
for New York City is Gotham. As in Batman's Gotham.
Yeah.
It's when you know it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't get it right there. What is the national sport of Japan?
It's sumo wrestling, isn't it?
It is. Well done.
I didn't lock it in.
You didn't. I let it go to you. Right. Who became the first black manager of a Premiership era club? And he managed the club in 1996. Don't forget, you still have phone a friend available. I should do one more and go Google search. There's nothing.
Yeah, give me like 10 seconds on Google.
All right.
I'll do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here so you can actually see what I'm searching.
Right, ready? 3, 2. I'll let you unlock it first because it's unfair if you don't. Oh, okay, that's really easy. I didn't expect that to be that quick. Ready, steady, go. 1.
Right.
10,
First.
9, 8, 7,
Paul Ince.
6.
Paul Ince.
1996. Remember the question. Who became the first black manager of a Premier League football club in 1996?
Yeah, I didn't look at when he became their manager, but I typed in the question and it said Paul Ince, so I'm happy to go with Paul Ince, even though it's wrong.
1. Yeah, it's wrong. The very first black manager in the Premier League era in 1966 was Ruud Gullit for Chelsea. He was the very first black manager. I forgot about that. I was 3 at the time, but I remembered he managed Chelsea. I didn't know when it was. Anyway, I don't know whether you know anything about Disney, but this could be interesting. What main character in a Disney film that has never spoken?
Oh, that's an interesting one.
It is, because when I saw this, I had to really think about it, and I've watched the film because I was quite sad and I really wanted to know if it actually happened, to actually check and see if it's right, and it is.
What character or what film?
Same thing.
Yeah, no, do you want to know what film it's from or what character?
Either.
Either, okay. I wouldn't have a clue.
It's quite a fascinating one.
Yeah.
Are you a Disney buff? Do you like a bit of Disney films?
I do watch some Disney, but I wouldn't say I'm...
Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes, but no.
I do. I watch it all the time. It's quite fun, actually.
Still your login.
Right, come on.
I don't know.
Guess one. Just have a guess of who you think in your brain it could be.
See, I'm kind of thinking it's going to be a new one, but I don't think it is.
It's not. I'll give you a hint. It's not a new one.
I've not a clue. I couldn't even guess.
Okay. You still got phone a friend?
Nah.
No. Okay. The answer to number 16, which main character in a Disney film never speaks? The answer is Dumbo.
Okay.
Yeah. I never really thought about that until it's...
No.
I actually watched the film as well. I was like, really? And I watched it and I went, yeah, I don't... Why is my blue pen red? Okay, what's going on here? All my pens are mixed up. Anyway, question 17. What national team won the first ever Football World Cup in 1930?
Uruguay.
Yeah, well done. See, I threw some easy ones in there for you. Right, you've got 3 questions left, and you still have a phone a friend to finish off. What are the 4 Teletubbies called?
Oopsie Daisy, Tinky Winky, Lala, Po.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's not Oopsie Daisy. It's just it's Dipsy.
Dipsy.
But, I will give you that. I will give you a point. I'm being nice. Right. 2 questions left. The last one, you will not need your phone a friend.
Okay.
And this one, I don't know whether you've seen it or not. If you haven't, you're an absolute knobhead. What is James Corden's character called in Gavin and Stacey?
Smithy.
There we go. You haven't even needed to use phone a friend. I only say that because I'm really confident you'll get the next one. In the 2020 UEFA Champions League final was being contested in Portugal by which 2 teams?
How many have I got right so far?
9.
9. Okay. If it was 6, I'd get it wrong on purpose. Bayern Munich and PSG.
Okay, I will give you an additional point while I Google search this. I will give you an additional point if you could tell me the correct score.
I think it was 2-0 Bayern Munich, wasn't it? I'm not sure. I didn't watch it.
Not bad.
Was it 2-0?
Is that your final answer? Are you locking that in?
Yeah.
Sure you don't want to phone a friend as that's your last option?
Positive.
You're wrong. It's 1-0.
1-0.
Right, so you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got 12. You got double what you said. 12 out of 20. I gave you additional points, but 12 out of 20. You did well. How were those questions for you? They all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely feeling very stupid after a couple of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, to be fair, some of them were one of those that I'll go, oh, really? Oh, okay.
And Hathaway.
Yeah. That.
We never speak of this again, and this podcast will not be uploaded.
Oh, it definitely is, and it's definitely going to be the thumbnail of this title as well. Anne Hathaway. I'm going to put Henry.
Right.
You lot have seen
a pleasure. I'm not coming on.
I'm literally going to put Henry VIII's wife, Anne Hathaway.
Can confirm this will be my last appearance on this podcast.
Right, so we will see you guys Wednesday. As we record this on a Tuesday, we will probably do a little bit of a build-up to the England-Denmark game, just have a little chat about it. But we are going to be talking about the England versus Belgium game, which happened today. I will not spoil the score if you haven't seen it already, but go and check it out. Go and see the highlights, and we will have a chat to stop it. We will talk about that on Wednesday's podcast. We will also talk about F1, as it was quite an interesting race as well.
I'm going to say now as well, did I or did I not say that one of the Mercedes wouldn't finish?
You did. You are becoming vastly predicting shit that shouldn't really be predicted. It's getting quite fucking worrying. Also, we have 3 very, very, very good news that will be happening to 3 very, very big news that will be happening to this podcast in the next few months. But we can't announce anything, can't say anything, but it is bigger than what we've already described it so far. So it's because, yeah, I know you could boo me as much as you like, get over it. I like being the villain. I am the Vince McMahon of this world. Everyone boos me, but you love me. But
that's just reminding me of something I saw on Twitter the other day. Someone said, how ridiculous is it? Over Christmas, I can go to the pantomime with my family, but I can't go and watch the football. And someone replied to it just saying, oh, yes, you can.
Oh, that's brilliant. Right. We will see you guys on Wednesday, where we will be talking all things sport that's happened. We will talk about the NFL that's going on right now. We will talk about everything that's happened over the weekend as well. Anything's happened Monday, Tuesday. Also, James McLean got sent off for Ireland today. So we will be discussing other things in other sport and other things as well. So please come and join us. Please go and like, share, subscribe, and go and share it with all your friends. And we will see you Wednesday for the general podcast. If you're not just want to listen to the general podcast, we will be back with you Friday to talk all things Reading, where we will be doing the build up for the Reading versus Middlesbrough game, and we will be having a discussion just a little bit about the game, a little bit about what's coming up, and we'll just review a little bit of the bits and pieces about what's coming up over the weekend as well. So please love and care, take care to everyone. Don't forget to always be kind, and make sure you all look after each other moving forward, and we will see you Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.